My name is Aileen Nowlin, and I am a Policy Director at Environmental Defense Fund. I'm recording this presentation in Washington, D.C. Through our partnership with the African American Mayors Association, ADF wanted to highlight this opportunity for cities to receive significant grant money to reduce inequitable health burdens caused by air pollution. You have all likely been in a public hearing where a resident asks whether it makes sense to spend money on a climate or clean air initiative. Until there's a disaster or something smells bad, climate and clean air might not be top of voters' minds. Even when there is federal money available, where does a mayor begin to create a viable application? Where I live, if you look at satellite data, air monitoring, and health records, scientists say that 600 kids develop asthma for the first time every year because of pollution from on-road vehicles, such as cars and trucks. Asthma can change the course of a child's life, causing them to miss school, to have trouble concentrating, and causing caregivers to miss work and spend money on medicine and doctors. When EDF and partners studied asthma and air in the Bay Area, we found that, on average, neighborhoods with higher percentages of residents of color experienced double the rate of asthma from traffic-related air pollution compared with predominantly white neighborhoods. A recent analysis found that people of color were 6 times more likely to visit the emergency room for air pollution-triggered childhood asthma than white children. It's not just about children's asthma. Now that we have access to more air and health data and analysis, scientists see that air pollution can cause strong impact at many stages of life, from preterm and low birth weight births to strokes and heart attacks to dementia. Many of the sources of air pollution that cause local health impacts are also sources of pollution that destabilizes the climate. The opportunity right now is to use local health insights to help you make the call to apply for the climate pollution reduction grants, generate local engagement, and get ready to design projects that clean the air and stabilize the climate. What makes this opportunity different? First, new understanding of the health risks from climate change sources mean more ways for you to tie air and climate investments to topics that might be closer to top of mind for residents. For example, health risks to children hurt workforce productivity and workforce participation right now as caregivers take care of sick kids. Worker shortages are a driver of inflation and makes your city less attractive to new businesses. Sick kids have trouble concentrating and may miss school, which reduces likelihood of graduation and hurts your future workforce and tax base. You are more able than ever to design a climate pollution reduction plan that has more immediate local benefits for health. New screening tools help prioritize investments at the community level, such as EJ Screen and EDF's Climate Vulnerability Index. City leaders have a unique capability to develop a local picture of health impacts. EDF and partners were able to assess local health data in the Bay Area. This data enabled the new conclusions about the stark racial disparities in the impact of air pollution discussed earlier. However, this sort of local health data is not generally available to researchers and advocates. Local leaders may have better access to health data at a community level. Second, technologies are improving so fast that more health harms from climate pollution sources are finally preventable. You don't have to raise alarm bells without offering a solution. At the implementation stage, there should be funds available for cities to transform their own operations by investing in clean vehicles, energy efficiency, and clean power. Cities can confidently encourage local businesses to apply for tax credits for similar investments in zero emissions cars and trucks, renewable energy, and new building technologies for heat, cooking, and hot water. Better technologies and business models for public transit, shared transport, and e-bikes mean that cities can decouple getting around from personal car ownership by investing in walking, biking, and public transit. Third, the funding is flexible enough for you to build in plans for communication and community engagement. For example, we have seen how designing and participating in local air monitoring inspires communities to feel a sense of ownership over improving their air. Even cities that already have robust climate plans can use planning funds to start local air monitoring build up community engagement, and train a local workforce for clean jobs. So what's available? In some, there's $5 billion available in grant money. There are 2 tracks for cities and states. States have to apply earlier than cities. You must apply for and receive the planning funds if you want to receive implementation funds, even if you already have a robust climate plan. States, the District of Columbia and Puerto Rico are eligible for $3 million each. Funding is also available to 67 Metropolitan Statistical Areas, or MSAs. The MSAs are eligible for $1 million each. We believe that if some MSAs choose not to participate, there may be funds for cities that didn't quite make the first cut. At the first planning stage, funds can be used for staffing, meetings, outreach and education, modeling and analytic costs, studies, training, supplies, and even travel. By April 28th, the lead organization for the MSA needs to file a notice of intent to participate. By May 31st, the application is due. Within a year, grantees will be asked to complete a priority climate action plan. The required elements include a preliminary GHG inventory, quantified GHG reduction measures, a low-income and disadvantaged communities benefit analysis, and the review of authority to implement. Planning funds may be used to update existing plans or create new plans. Within 2 years, grantees are asked to complete a comprehensive climate action plan, which includes a greenhouse gas inventory, emissions reduction targets, quantified reduction measures, benefits analysis, review of authority to implement, and a few other elements. Importantly, the implementation grants will be awarded through a competitive process to implement measures contained in plans developed with the planning grants at the first stage. We thank you for your time, and we hope this has been a constructive introduction to why and how you might try for funds to clean the air and stabilize the climate.